Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Filled with Message. This is a show, if you haven't watched the past episodes, this is a show where I deliver what I believe is God's message being given to me, um, mostly through dreams that I've been having. And I've had a new one a couple times this week. Um, the title of this video is Back to Basics because I believe that's what God wants us to get back to. The dream that I had showed me a lot of people um, having gardens or personal farms and providing for themselves. And um, that was the message that I felt like I received, is that we're relying too much on corporations to provide our food, and in doing so, we're not getting the food that we're supposed to have, and we're not living that life that we're supposed to live. And um, God wants us to try to provide more for ourselves and break away from the reliance on corporations if we can. Um, I don't know if that's just a knock against corporations or money, or more so that God intended us to be able to provide for ourselves. Um, so the the dream that I had, like I said, there were people providing for themselves in their own backyard, but they were also trading as needed. Maybe um, one person is growing stuff for fall, where another person is growing food that is um, usable in the spring and summer, and building that community that can come together and um, help provide for each other throughout the seasons, and show some charity to those who maybe didn't have that good of a harvest. Maybe had some hardships throughout the year, and in doing so, we're living a more fulfilling life, um, earning the life that you have, breaking away from the reliance on large corporations, and instead um, rely more on the community and building better ties with your community. Um, Another part of the dream, it's kind of an unrelated topic, but not enough so far to make its own video of. But along with that dream, God showed me like this protection that God was going to provide. It was like this shell that was brought down, and the doors were open for uh, those who God deemed worthy, past that judgment that we talked about before, and those people were able to come in, and they were protected from the punishment that was given out to the others. Um, that my dreams can get vivid sometimes. I don't want to share too many gruesome details. I want to keep it, um, family friendly. Uh, so let's just leave it at those who live the life that God wants them to live. God will provide protection, and one of those steps is starting to be more reliant on yourself and maybe those in your community than corporations and mega farms that are pumping antibiotics and uh, GMOs into food and stuff that may not necessarily take away the nutrients, but diminishes the quality of the food, um, diminishes our health and our happiness, because then chemicals and stuff are getting into us, and um, they start to affect our health. Whereas if we were eating more natural food um, that was fresh as well, not packed with preservatives, we would all live healthier lives. And then those doing the work, work in the garden, things like that, you're going to get plenty of exercise that maybe you didn't get elsewhere. And maybe those who know me know that that might sound hypocritical because as a disabled veteran, it's tough for me to do much labor without my back completely going out. So it's just kind of ironic that I would have a real hard time providing for myself with work in the garden, taking care of livestock. Yet that's the message that I received is that's the life God wants us to live. So I don't know about you, but I'll be starting up a garden at least, and at least that's less that I have to buy from a store. I have and access to fresh food. And I encourage you guys to do that as well. A short video today because that's all I received message-wise. So take a look back at some of the past videos if you haven't watched those yet, and really start to put together some of the pieces of how God wants us to live. So far we have getting back to the basics that we covered today, showing love, compassion, and acceptance for others. And that kind of builds into the community aspect of today's talk as well. And then the first episode was about enjoying the gift of life that God has provided us. God has provided us a world that will provide for us. And going back to today's talk, we have to take more advantage of that. And I think that'll help the world as well. I hear the mega farms that have things like methane buildups or whatever hurt the planet. So maybe if we can take some of the stress off of them by providing for ourselves, it'll help the planet be healthier as well. So yeah, I'm not sure what the message for next week will be, but when I get that, I'll start planning next episode. Take care and see you later.